There's so much going on in the world today. War, inflation, M&A. It's difficult to keep up. But it was interesting to see a headline sneak under the radar that might have broader implications than at first realized. We all know El Salvador was the first country to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender. But, being blunt, that's more of an internal statement. The impact on the broader world, other than headlines, has been limited. And after a few weeks of its invasion of Ukraine, Russia announced that it would accept payment for commodities in Bitcoin from friendly cases. We don't know yet if that's been happening, but the door is open. So we can see a small trend emerging here. And when the Central African Republic announced that it would be the second nation to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender, we sat up and paid attention. The landlocked African nation has had a troubled past, suffering at the hands of first colonization and, more recently, civil war. Wikipedia describes it as one of the world's least developed nations, with an annual per capita income of just $805. So hardly a hotbed of tech innovation. So why would this struggling nation adopt Bitcoin as legal tender? Well, the clue might lie in its economy as a commodity exporter. 40% of its economy comes from forest products. Remember the spike in timber prices last year? The country has rich natural resources in the form of diamonds, gold, uranium, and other minerals. It is also believed that the nation may have oil deposits too. So it doesn't take Lieutenant Colombo to hypothesize that they will start accepting or potentially even demand Bitcoin as payment for these resources. The Central African Republic is a small player in the scheme of the global economy, but it could represent an early domino in a broader trend of moving away from the dollar for international trade. And keeping in the spirit of Colombo, just one more thing. Who benefits? Well, this is speculation, of course, but China has had a long-standing relationship with the nation, which first cut diplomatic ties with Taiwan in 1964, was one of the few nations to back the Hong Kong National Security Law at the UN, and signed a Belt and Road Cooperation Agreement in November last year. Interesting times lie ahead.